What's up, Fortune Nation? Hope you all are having a wonderful day. Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I know this is a little early, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it anytime soon after today. But I am giving you my free agent predictions for the off season. Before I get into that, if you could hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon buttons, that'd be greatly appreciated. It's extremely helpful for the channel. Gives me great feedback on what you think of the content, as well as I don't want you to miss out on a single thing that I put out. Because when I do get stuff out, I want you guys to know about it. So by hitting that bell icon notification button, you will be the first to hear. So we are also on the road to 600 subscribers, and I appreciate everyone who has subscribed and supported the channel. So let's get on to it. So there's going to be a couple big free agent names. Corbin Burnes and Juan Soto are those two. Then you've got others behind them. But let's get on with the predictions. So for the first one, I've got Juan Soto, who is right now currently the Yankees right fielder. I have him getting 12 years for $600 million, which is $50 million annual, an average annual value. He will also get an option for a 13th year for another $25 million. He will get that from the Yankees, and he will resign and stay in the Bronx for the rest of his career. He will obviously test the market, as will all these free agents, but Juan Soto will stay in the Bronx. Next up is Corbin Burnes, the Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher, who is their ace. I believe he will be getting 7 years, $160 million, which is about $22.8 million average annual value. And he will get that from the Mets. So he will come to New York, but he won't be going to the Yankees. He will be going to Queens and will be playing with the Mets for the next 7 years. For the next player, which would be Pete Alonso, the Mets first baseman, I would love to see him return to the Mets. I don't know if he's going to. I think he's probably going to leave. So I've got Pete Alonso leaving the Mets on a 6-year, $150 million deal, which is about $25 million average annual value. And I believe he will be going to the Cubs. So I've got the Yankees retaining Soto, Burnes to the Mets, and Pete Alonso to the Cubs. So Corbin Burnes will go back to the National League while Pete Alonso goes to the NL Central. Cubs get their first baseman, as well as an upgrade over there for, who can help be a mentor for some of these kids over in Chicago. Next one I've got is Gleyber Torres, the Yankees second baseman. I have him leaving the Yankees, and I have him leaving on a 5-year, $120 million deal, which is about $24 million average annual. He will go to Seattle. So this will be the second baseman that Seattle will take from the Yankees. First one, as we know, was was Robinson Cano. He went over to Seattle on that massive deal. Gleyber Torres will also go to Seattle and man second base for them, and he will join J-Rod and a bunch of their young kids over there. The next one I have is Alex Verdugo, the Yankees left fielder, who they traded for this offseason with Boston for 3 pitchers. I believe Verdugo will go to Atlanta on a 5-year, $85 million deal, which is about $17 million average annual. It's less than what he could have made had he played better, but nonetheless, he will get money. Same with Gleyber Torres, which was also less. He will go to the Braves, like I said, on a 5-year, $85 million deal. So that's $17 million average annual value that he will be receiving. Tanner Scott, who is the next player I've got, who is a reliever, left-handed reliever who was with Miami, who was traded over to San Diego, will get a 4-year, $65 million deal, which is about $16.25 million from the Yankees. He will come to the Bronx, come back to the American League East, and he will be the new closer for the Yankees. Not saying Luke Weaver hasn't done a great job, because he has, but Tanner Scott will come to the Yankees. Now remember, these are just predictions. They're not actually going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. So bear with me on that as well. Then we've got Garrett Cole, who has an option. Now, he will opt out of his contract. However, the Yankees do have a clause in his contract that they can void the opt-out by adding that 10th year to his contract, which they will do. So they will retain Garrett Cole, and he will not go anywhere. Next, I've got Christian Walker of Arizona, the first baseman, who will return to Arizona excuse me, on a 3-year, $45 million deal with an opt-out after the second year. So that'd be about $15 million average annual value for him from Arizona. The next one I have is Cody Bellinger, who's the first baseman and outfielder for the Cubs. I do not see him opting out. I see him staying in contract with the Cubs. So along with Pete Alonso going to first, you will have Cody Bellinger in the outfield. So that is what happens with Cody Bellinger, is he will not opt out and he will stay with the Cubs. And finally, I have Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Guardians, a starting pitcher. I have him getting 4 years, $75 million, with an opt-out with a club option for a club option after the second year, which means that if the team that signs him doesn't feel like he's lived up to his contract, they can buy his contract out and he will become a free agent again. So that's about $18.75 million for him, and he will go to the Cincinnati Reds, rejoining Terry Francona, who is now the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. So I've got Juan Soto going to the Yankees again, coming back. I've got Corbin Burns going to the Mets. I've got Gleyber Torres going to the Mariners. I've got Verdugo going to the Braves. Tanner Scott coming to the Yankees. Garrett Cole staying with the Yankees. Christian Walker going back to Arizona. Cody Bellinger not opting out, and Shane Bieber going to the Reds. You guys let me know what you think of these predictions, what your predictions are. And until next time, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time.